A few weeks ago I emerged from Vault 111. Scarred. Alone. What was this new, terrifying world I was in? But now I am not scared. I am slowly taming this world. And today was the day for my revenge.
And there he is. Most resilient man in the Commonwealth. Funny. I thought I had that honor.
Kellogg was before me. Was this a trick, or was this a trap?
So, here we are. Funny, huh?
Where is my son? Where is Shaun?
Pal, I'm just a puppet like you. My stage is a little bigger, that's all. Shaun's a good kid. Bit older than you expected, am I right? But he's doing great. Only, he's not here. He's with the people pulling the strings.
Tell me where he is, damn it.
Fine. I guess you've earned that much. Shaun's in a good place. Where he's safe and comfortable and loved. A place he calls home. The Institute.
The Institute? Well, I'll find him. No matter where he is, nothing will stop me.
God, you're persistent. I give you credit. It's the way a father should act. The way I'd be acting if I was in your place, I like to think. Even if it is useless. But I think we've been talking long enough. We both know how this has to end. So, you ready?
You know I am, Kellogg.
Kellogg did have tricks up his sleeve, an army of synths at his command, and a supply of stealth boys. He was now invisible. His synths were easy to spot, but Kellogg, he could be anywhere. That was him, just a hint of a shimmer. Nick set off a pulse grenade, knocking him down but also one of the synths, giving me the opportunity to attack the other. I found him, he was down. He was caught in an explosion, and I was able to have my revenge. There was only one left, and I was able to move behind him. He never knew I was there.
Systems offline. Bastard won't be hurting anyone else. We should take a look around and get all the intel this place can hide.
We had done it. Against all the odds, we had found and killed Kellogg and his army of synths. He was lying there in pieces on the floor, but the revenge did not taste sweet.
All this tech. You were barely human.
Kellogg was more synth than we thought. I ripped some of the parts out of his skull. And as a trophy, I would take his powerful pistol. I used a passcode that Kellogg had on him. We had to find out what he knew about Shaun, and it was not good news. He had indeed delivered Shaun to the Institute, but there was nothing to tell us how he got him there, or even where this Institute was.
So, Kellogg wasn't giving us any bull. Your son really is on the inside. Even I don't know where the Institute is, and they built me.
There has to be a way, Nick.
We're in the weeds here. Time to take a step back, bring in some fresh eyes. Only person I know willing to snoop up the Institute's tail feathers is Piper, the reporter in Diamond City. I say we head her way, talk this through.
Diamond City it is.
Hey, chin up. I know the night just got darker, but it won't last forever.
Nick had helped me get my revenge, but this did not feel like revenge. Kellogg was just the puppet, the tool for the job. He was not the one in charge, not the person making all the decisions. That was someone in the Institute. This would not feel like revenge, it would not feel like justice until I found Shaun, and found out who in the Institute had my wife killed.
Roof access.
We had made it back to the roof and our exit.
People of the Commonwealth,
And then of course there was the Brotherhood.
do not interfere. Our intentions are peaceful. We are the Brotherhood of Steel.
Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing.
Their arrival at this time was unexpected, but now looking back at it, it was inevitable. The Commonwealth was an untapped resource to them. But now the Commonwealth felt crowded. The Institute, the Brotherhood of Steel, and with only the Minutemen seemingly being the good guys, how many more shady organisations would I come across? God, if only I knew. We had made up our minds, we were heading back to Diamond City. And back to Piper. I hope she was okay, and would she be pleased to see me? Back the way we came seemed the safest route. Once we passed the gates, the world always seemed a safer place. Inside these walls it was. I would need a sleep if we were to leave again soon, but first I wanted to speak with Piper.
Well, well. Nikki Valentine walks into my office for a change.
What can I say, Piper? You, me, and hard luck all seem to run together like acid rain down an old sewer.
You, including your client here in that analogy? So, you two are finally letting me in on this little case of yours. What's the story? Speak up, I couldn't hear you.
We need help, Piper. This man named Kellogg kidnapped my son. But that wasn't all. He was working with the Institute. He gave them Shaun.
The Institute. Oh boy. I've been investigating these creeps for over a year now. The Commonwealth's boogeyman. Feared and hated by everyone.
True enough.
Sometimes they snatch people in the middle of the night, and sometimes they leave old synths behind to remind us that they're out there, but to this day, there's one thing nobody really knows.
Where the Institute actually is. Or how to get in.
Exactly. But there's one person who has to know, right? The guy who just handed them Shaun.
Kellogg. Huh.
A man like that would have had access, in and out.
But we both know that angle isn't going to work.
Because he's dead.
So, a murderer and a kidnapper gets his brains blown out by an avenging parent. Huh. Be a great ending if we didn't still have the biggest mystery in the Commonwealth to solve.
He wasn't gonna talk. Even if I had a way of bringing him in alive.
Gets his brains blown out. Huh. His brains. You know, we may not need the man at all.
You're talking crazy here, Nick. Got a fault in the old subroutines?
Look, there's a place in Good Neighbor called the Memory Den. Relive the past moments in your mind as clear as the day they happened. If anyone could get a dead brain to sing, it'll be Dr. Amari, the mind behind the memories.
Who's this Dr. Amari?
I'll let her give you her life story in person. Let's stay focused. I guess we're gonna need a piece of Kellogg's brain. Enough gray matter to bring to Amari and find out if this is going to work.
Jesus, Nick. Gross. Seriously?
I know it's grisly, but what choice do we have? We got no leads, nothing. That old Merc's brain just might have all the secrets we need to know.
Actually, I think I already have something. Kellogg had this thing attached to his head.
Cybernetics, huh? We may have just won the lottery.
Whether we're riding this crazy brain train or not, we can't all go running across the Commonwealth, so who's coming with you?
I have to go to the Memory Den either way, if I'm going to introduce you to Amari. But if you want to head there together, just say so.
It's you and me, Nick.
Let's get going. Don't worry. We're gonna get your boy back. Just a few more steps.
While you two are out, I'm gonna do some more research. I'll be here if you need me.
Piper would be safer here, and she would still be helping now and in the future. First thing in the morning we left, with a new sense of direction and motivation. But I had one more place I wanted to visit before going to Good Neighbor.
I don't deal with constructive criticism well. If you don't like the outfits, don't fucking wear them. I don't have time for bullshit.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
It's no Radiant Raymond, but at least you don't get bitchy service.
I needed another bag, and she made the best. I was starting to look like I belonged in the wastes of the Commonwealth. I had not decided if that was a good or bad thing yet. Good Neighbor. Do not be fooled by the name. Good does not reside there. Gangsters, thugs, criminals, they reside there. The place was not all bad. Some of the people had their good points. And it was still some distance away. Throughout the streets of Boston, it was hard to find a quiet place without fighting, or the dead rising. This was not our fight. And there would have been no reward for helping, only a bullet to the stomach. We moved on. The fog was getting bad and I wanted to get a better view. It just felt like we were disturbing them. Once they were taken care of, I was able to get a better look at the fog-filled Boston. We moved further into the heart of Boston.
A lot of my cases dead end in Boston Common. I prefer not to join them.
Since leaving Vault 111, I'd only heard bad things about the Boston Common. Piper had warned me about how dangerous the Common was, and now so did Nick. It was not too long before I found its secrets with the swans.
What's that?
We were close to Good Neighbor, but this was not a safe part of town, and this would be my second fight with these super mutants.
No fight today.
And no fight with them would ever be an easy one. But to begin with, we thought we could sneak past them.
That sound, what is it?
Yeah, that did not work out too well.
Here's something. There you are.
What's that?
I fell back behind cover. I did not want to have come this far only to fail now, and I had my super weapon to deploy.
Underestimate us again.
The last mutant took far too much damage, but in the end he fell. We were feeling brave, so we headed into the super mutant base and looted whatever they were carrying. The big one had a rather impressive looking armor piece. This place was typical of any super mutant base. By that I mean full of human corpses in different stages of butchery. Super mutants were feared by everybody, and you could see why. We had made it to Good Neighbor, and this was as far from Diamond City as you could get. Tucked away in the corner of Boston. The town's outer wall was littered of the corpses of the recently dead who were caught in some dispute earlier on in the day. Welcome to Good Neighbor. This would never be my home.
Well. It's the detective. Tracking down another wayward husband to his mistress.
Why? Someone stand you up?
You trying that, what do you call it? Evasive language on me? And who are you, huh? Valentine's new dick in training?
We're working together, yeah.
Really? Well, you're in luck. I got a special offer on some insurance for partners of the Great Gumshoe here.
You better back off, or you're the one who's gonna need insurance.
What was that? I couldn't hear over the sound of all that pathetic. You hand over everything you got in them pockets, or accidents start happening to you. Big, bloody accidents.
Whoa, time out. Nick Valentine makes a rare visit to town, and you're hassling his friend here with that extortion crap? Good to see you again, Nick.
Hancock?
What do you care? He ain't one of us.
No love for your mayor, Finn? I said let him go.
You soft, Hancock. You keep letting outsiders walk all over us. One day, there'll be a new man.
Come on, man. This is me we're talking about. Let me tell you something. Why'd you have to go and say that, huh? Breaking my heart over here. You all right, brother?
You killed him.
Got a good pair of eyes on ya. I think you'll fit in here. Good neighbors of the people, for the people. You feel me? Everyone's welcome.
Yeah, I feel you.
Good. You stay cool, and you'll be part of the neighborhood. So long as you remember who's in charge.
And that was the first time I ever met Hancock. He was not the kind of person you messed with. Hell, he hasn't changed one bit. But if he called you a friend, he would die again for you.
The Commonwealth's not an easy place to travel alone. Nice to have someone watching my back.
Thank you for listening to my tale of woe. Please like if you did and subscribe to never miss a video. Comment below or on Facebook or Twitter with all the links in the description. I am Shaun, insane in the game, and this was Fallout 4, and I hope to see you one day in the safe zone.